So it's just quite a thrill. You want me to do the A-block style introduction?
Yes.
It ends with a commercial for a weird drug you don't need. So yesterday in Washington, in what's called a background briefing, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence talked to a number of big deal national security and intelligence reporters. And why this had to be a background briefing, I do not know. What that means is when the reporters all wrote their stories, they couldn't say who it was that was speaking to them or providing them this information, which is completely pointless. But that's the way they always do things. And so in this unnecessarily cloak and dagger, stupidly anonymous briefing, yesterday, the US government confirmed that for the 2024 election, the government of Russia is putting the pedal to the metal and doing more than they have ever done to try to attack our political system and mess with our election. Now, perhaps Vladimir Putin is doing this, and once again trying to put Donald Trump in the White House, because he wants what's best for us. Because he's just earnestly hoping that his brothers and sisters in America will get the future that America really deserves, maybe. Or, as the Director of National Intelligence told reporters yesterday, perhaps Russia is trying to put Trump back in the White House because doing so would be, quote, consistent with Moscow's broader foreign policy goals of weakening the United States. If you ever find yourself as part of a political movement in this country, and America's most committed, devoted enemies think that movement is terrible for America and they're therefore willing to support it and fund it, check yourself. So, Putin declared last spring, and a thing that didn't get very much American attention, but he declared last spring, about a year into the war in Ukraine, that Russia was at war with the West, and chief among the Western nations at war with the United States. Since then, he has said that he's got two great ideas for how to win this war against us. Two things he has said that are specific, or that he is doing that are specific. One is he has threatened long-range nuclear strikes against the United States. And two is he's funding this new massive effort to try to put Trump back in the White House. So two tactics, same goal. So in 2016, we had random young Russians impersonating Americans. You know, the troll farms, remember? They were hired to pretend to be Americans online, promoting Trump, making us hate each other more than we ever did before. Now, 8 years later, for 2024, the DNI has explained what they're doing. They're using AI this time, rather than human trolls, to generate fake online personalities that are supposed to seem American. And they are creating websites that are designed to look like American news sources. And they are paying millions of dollars to right-wing pro-Trump online influencers, all to try to help Trump back into the White House, because in Putin's estimation, that is the quickest and best way, short of nuclear weapons, to destroy the United States. While Trump was president, Russia did something else, and his name was Lev. And that is the story you are about to see here. The film is titled From Russia with LEV. When I stepped back from doing my MSNBC show 5 nights a week, it was in part so I could do more stuff like this, longer form projects with different kinds of deadlines to tell what I think are important stories about our country in different kinds of ways. And in the case of Lev and this story about one of the worst things that Russia ever did to us, one of the worst things that happened in the Trump presidency, even though it is largely forgotten, one of the most grievous and humiliating injuries that Russia inflicted against one of our allies, and they used us to do it. In the case of this story, I think it turns out that the best way to tell it is comedy. Because for everything else this story is, it's bananas. It's totally insane. And it's, I mean, fundamentally, I don't want there to be any misunderstanding here. This is a very, very, very stupid story. And it is just this perfect balance of magnificent idiocy and grave harm to us as a country. And that, I think, has made the timing perfect for it coming out now in terms of where we are as a country. So this is the world premiere of this film. It is the first feature documentary from my production company, which is called Surprise Inside, hopefully the first of many. I have to say some thank yous. I'm grateful to MSNBC Films, to Amanda Spain and Rebecca Cutler, and to the big boss here, Rashida Jones. I want to say thank you to Universal Television Alternative Studio. I want to thank the director, Billy Corbin, and the producer, Alfred Spellman from Raconteur. They are fantastic. And, although he is not here, he is here in spirit, I want to thank Lev and his wife, who is about to become your new best friend. So, if you enjoy watching this even 1/100th of the amount that we enjoyed making it, you're really going to like this. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much.